right, guys, Kdwolf here again. Got another update for you this week. I'm really excited about this one. As you guys know, the stable branch update released today, this morning. So I hope all of you guys are out there playing on it. Hope everything's going well for you. I've heard some pretty good things about it, so hopefully it'll only get better from here. What I want to cover today is going to be the Tumblr or the Devblog that they've pushed out. They went ahead and updated that today, so a lot of stuff happened today. You know, we had the stable update, and then the Tumblr got updated. There's been a lot of good things that are going on. I'm super excited about this next update, so I want to cover just go over the list on the Tumblr for you if you haven't seen it yet. So the first thing they state on here is that of course the experimental branch saw a lot of changes in version 4.4, which has already been released on stable. The two things that they were really wanting to point out were the improvements to the multiplayer netcode, and of course the new mouse controls, the 1:1 ratio that's been added. So that's really cool. I've played around a lot with that. I love it. It's been really smooth for me. So that's been a really awesome thing. They state that they're going to continue their work on optimizing and bug fixing, and while the others in the studio are going to work towards new functionality for hunting and survival. So of course we know that they've added about 50 people to the new team, which is awesome. This is why I assume that they're pushing out content so quickly now, is that they've got all these other people working. And then of course they have a whole team dedicated to hunting and survival, which is, you know, as everybody knows now, DayZ is, I don't want to call it a team deathmatch game, but it's kind of is right now, and that's all it is. Just because it's alpha, we know it's alpha. It's not a full game. It's not a complete game by any means. I have a lot of hours into it, but it's still just an alpha. It's not the full game. So that's kind of all you can really do right now. Survive the best that you can. Get geared up. Go get into it. Die or kill somebody. Take what they have, and then start all over again. So with this hunting and survival aspect, I am absolutely stoked about it. My favorite times in this game, although I do love getting into firefights and battles and things like that, my favorite times in this game have been by myself, roaming through the woods, checking out the landscape. It's a gorgeous game. If you haven't done it yet, I challenge you to get out there and just explore the game. Run around and get lost. Doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you have a compass or anything like that. You're going to run, you know, if you find some power lines or a road, follow it, see where it takes you. It's a gorgeous game. So I definitely recommend doing that. That's some of the most fun and relaxing time I've ever had in this game, is just exploring on my own. So anyway, all that aside, next thing I want to cover is the respawn for loot. That is really exciting. They pushed that not to stable, but to the experimental servers. And so basically what they say here is we've been gathering a huge amount of metrics around loot spawn and distribution from the experimental servers, culminating in a test of an engine-based loot respawn system last night on experimental. So I know that they did push some of the loot spawn stuff out to the experimental. I played on it. There was some pretty bad rubber banding, but that's to be expected. I know loot spawn does take a lot of optimization, bandwidth, things like that on the server. So, you know, be wary of that if you're on experimental. But for now, you should be, you know, satisfied with what's on stable. Anyhow, they go on to say, out of this, we identified some very significant optimizations we can make to how loot is managed, and also identified how we can make loot respawn. These changes will flow in over time, as we're planning to do this in iterations. Most important for us is to allow loot to respawn, even just at a basic level. Once this is done, we will focus on persistent items. So a ton of people have been asking me about persistent items, backpacks, tents, potentially even all or most items, which is incredible. And then they say finally we will focus on globally managed loot. So I'm excited for the persistent items. Everybody wants to be able to go out into the woods, stash a backpack at a certain location, mark it, you know, and have it there for them to come back to. You know, I'm a hoarder in video games. I've said that before. I grab as much as I possibly can, and then I want to hold on to it. You know, people say don't fall in love with your loot, but I do. You know, that's just how I am. So I'm super excited about that. Next thing I'm going to cover is the graphics optimization and the renderer. So this is pretty exciting too. A lot of performance stuff here. They state work has commenced on disconnecting the renderer directly from the simulation. This would then free us to change or even replace the renderer much easier, allowing greater optimization and new functionality such as better particle effects. We have no time frame for this completion, know any specific goals beyond preparing it for future goals, but it's exciting for us to start this work. This work will offer us the potential for future, very significant client FPS optimizations, such as better scene management to solve issues people experience, such as low FPS in cities. That has been an issue with anybody. It doesn't matter what kind of computer you have. It doesn't matter if it's the best, it's the worst. A lot of these larger cities, the apartment buildings, especially north of Cherno, people have been having a ton of issues there. Your FPS drops. I mean, mine has gone from, 40 to 50 FPS, all the way down to 10 once I get in those cities. So it's really frustrating. Those would be really cool places to have firefights and go explore and all that stuff, but it's just hard. It's almost impossible right now. So that's pretty exciting. Obviously no time frame on it, but that's something that we can look forward to later on in the future. Another thing we want to cover is network out of sync problems. They state we are also looking at various out of sync bugs and other issues posted in the dev tracker. A great deal of progress was made on some issues with the .44 patch, so we encourage those having serious network problems to try out the game now with the new update. Many of the remaining issues, such as rubber banding, are related to low server FPS that will be fixed with performance optimizations. So that's pretty cool as well. To go along with that, they've got another section covering 64-bit servers. They state, this is now fully compiling and ready for test deployment. We're currently scheduled to test this deployment on experimental next week. That's exciting. While it is unlikely to improve performance on the server, it will remove memory limit problems we previously experienced, particularly with the growth of ragdoll and physics in general on the server. It is also a huge milestone for us in other areas of work focused on making the dedicated server environment much more robust. So that'll help a ton. I know in one of my last videos, you saw the physics. And obviously it's slow. It doesn't really work that great. Things just kind of slowly fly through the air, and obviously that server side. So these 64-bit servers are going to help a ton as far as optimization with that. Then they go on to introduce the lead artist, Chris Torchia. He's an awesome guy from what I've seen. You can follow him on Twitter. He'll tweet you. He tweets a lot of stuff out. I follow him all the time. And Chris says he's really happy with the direction of the artwork in DayZ and has to point out the great team of artists to make it happen. It's been another busy week for us, and he can't wait for everyone to see all the new content on the way. The first thing he covers is character art. He states, we just finished a basic police uniform inspired by some combination of Russian DPS and our local Mestska, I butchered that, police. And he also states that affectionately known as the Hicks unit for their enthusiasm with issuing tickets to our home Brian Hicks. So that's pretty cool. He says they started out to play with the OMON inspired riot police uniforms, but he says it's a bit too early to show anything. They're also working on a Gorka-E uniform in multiple patterns, and we're hoping to pick up the pace in this department as we welcome a new full-time character artist to the team. Awesome news, full-time character artist. So you're going to be able to more and more personalize your character. I don't know about you guys, but I'm huge on character customization. I want a unique character. I want, when people see me in the game, if I'm still alive, I want people to be like, hey, that's Kdwolf. I know that's who it is by what he wears, what he does, all that stuff. So that's really cool. He goes on to cover the environment. He states that the team would like to focus now on some signature objects to spice up the vast environment and make the new explorable areas more unique. We've just finished a new office building, and we'll start an ornate municipal building, which will serve as a landmark in a new large city being constructed by the map design team. This city is called, I'm going to butcher this, Novodmitrovsk. And he says it will have an industrial zone and is very close in size to Cherno or Electro, but located in the north of our terrain. We've also created a graveyard set of various objects so the map designers can enhance the gloomy atmosphere, which is awesome. Pretty excited about that. Now, the Novo, which is what I'm going to call it for short, city, that's going to be, I believe, directly, a little bit northwest of Svetlojarsk, which is, of course, near the northeastern or Belota airfield. So I'll show you guys some pictures of that that I found on DayZ TV. It's pretty cool, so check that out. The next thing he covers is animals. He says our Bratislava studio is wrapping up the first batch of animals requested by the game designers. Really excited about animals being added to the game. The studio's own animators and programmers will soon begin to work on animal AI and animations to deliver an authentic experience for our players. We're also working on a prototype fish model and an improvised fishing pole as requested by the designers. As an outdoorsman myself, I'm really looking forward to seeing these survival features develop. Super awesome news. friggin' fishing poles, fish. You're going to be able to, hang out on a lake with your buddies, break open a Pepsi and, go fishing and just hang out. And then somebody's going to come up and shoot you in the back of the head and kill on sight. But, you'll have fun up until then. So that is super exciting. I know from one of the live streams that Dean did, they're going to have, I think, 3 different types of animals. They're going to have aggressive animals, neutral animals, and companion animals. So we all know what that means. There's going to be dogs in the game. I assume companion dogs, maybe something else, but I know there's going to be dogs. So that's really exciting to me. There's a lot of stuff that can be implemented with that. Commands, maybe attack, storage on the dog, maybe something that you can put on the dog to store gear in, something like that. So that's really awesome. He goes on to cover weapons. He says the venerable AKM is nearing completion. I don't want to be held to a specific date for when it will be released to experimental, but it won't be long. I just tested out the PS01 scope with a 75 round mag dump. Those are going to be in the game, so the AKM is probably going to be the new spray and pray weapon. He said, what have I done? I created a monster. Also, we've completed a pistol that I think will give players some new gameplay options. It fires a 30 caliber rifle cartridge and it comes with a long eye relief scope. We've simply taken to calling it the Longhorn. So I'm going to show you guys some pictures of that. That thing looks absolutely awesome. It has kind of a wood feature, kind of like the old school rifles, like the Mosin and the SKS. So it looks good. It fits in with the time period. And I know a lot of people are going to be excited to be able to use that, especially with the scope on it. Looks absolutely awesome. He goes on to cover animations. He says, Victor, our animation lead, reports that his team was focused mainly on bug fixing in the past week. Many new hand poses were added for items so the player's holding them properly. They've also been working on reload animations for the P1. Of course, we know that's the pistol I showed you last time, and the Longhorn pistol, and the AKM. At the same time, the programmers did a great job for allowing synchronization of animations between the bowstring and character hand, which is awesome. Everybody's waiting on the bow and arrow itself. He says it'll also sync across the network since we feel it's important for other players to know when the bow is drawn and when it's at rest. And basically what that means is you're going to be able to see the animation of somebody else drawing the bow. So that's pretty cool. It won't be just that player seeing the animation. So he says it's been a pleasure to see this develop over time and it's only going to get better. So that is just really awesome to me, guys. I'm super excited about this stuff. Another thing that was leaked I think it was on Dayz TV, is a new type of compass. I'll show you that picture here in a second. Also, there was a campfire picture leaked, which looks awesome. I know everybody's excited about being able to make fires, to set things on fire, to be able to hang out around the campfire with their buddies, just hanging out talking until somebody sees a campfire and comes up and shoots them in the back of the head, unfortunately. So that is really awesome as well. It's going to be really cool to see where this game goes in the future. And finally, guys, at the end of the video here, I just wanted to give a few shout outs for some really cool people I've met over the past few weeks. The first is going to be the Google Plus Dayz Standalone community. They have been absolutely awesome. If you guys are watching this video right now, love you guys so much. They've been so supportive of my videos, and they have helped my channel grow tremendously over just the past week and a half. I mean, I really started the channel a week and a half ago, and I have over 103 subscribers now and over 5,000 views on my videos. So that is tremendously appreciated. You guys are absolutely awesome. And they have helped a ton sharing videos and liking videos and being interactive, things like that. So I really appreciate it. If you guys are on Google Plus, anybody that's watching this video, get over there, join the Dayz Standalone community. You're going to get up to the minute news updates. There's a lot of cool discussions going on. You're going to meet some cool people that you can play with, and all kinds of stuff like that. So definitely get over there and check them out. Also, go check out on YouTube the Pulpeda, that's Pulpeda games channel on YouTube. Check them out. Some very cool guys over there. Pretty excited. Going to be doing some stuff next weekend with them that I'll be able to record and live stream as well, so you don't want to miss that. Last but not least, I want to give a huge shout out to the Dayz TV team. These guys are awesome. I actually won a pretty cool t-shirt from them today on Twitter, so want to give a mad shout out to them. They're really awesome. It's dayztv.com. You're going to find all of your information you want to find there. So get over to dayztv.com and check them out. And of course, everybody who has subscribed to my channels, viewed my videos, given me feedback, whether it be positive, negative, whatever. You guys are absolutely awesome. Love you guys so much. I really cannot thank you enough for the support that you've given me on these videos and on my channel just the past week and a half. I mean, it has grown tremendously, and I'm really excited to see where we can go from here. As always, you guys can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is going to be at Kdwolf77. Check out obviously my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/the Kdwolf77. Check out my Twitch stream. I usually stream on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. That's going to be twitch.tv/Caleb Huff. That's KALEBHUFF. So I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Obviously, if you have any questions concerning my videos, Daisy, any other game in particular, whatever it is, shoot a comment in the comment section below. And then if you guys like these videos, definitely give it a like and subscribe to my channel. The more you like the videos, the more I know what you want to see. If you have any requests in particular as far as videos go, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter, send me a comment in the comment section. I will answer as soon as I possibly can. I'm planning on doing some more action type videos later on this week and then next week. I also want to do an upcoming video, some in-depth videos. So the first thing I want to do is a crossbow. I want to cover that, give you guys all the stats I possibly can on it. So if you want to see anything at all, let me know, and I will be happy to put it out there for you. So anyways, thanks again, guys. Love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Wolf out.